About to snap, take a photograph. Run it back, like a total France. Run it back when I told it right. I'll be back like another van. Ultra, ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the boat to dash. Run it back, like running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Not by the act. And run it back, you see how I act. Nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Told her I might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told her I might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with expired tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
Run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back. Run it back, I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye, doing God's work. I got the devil in my eye.
It's like, I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff.
It's week 4 of the National Football League, and we've got a showdown in the AFC North. It's the Ravens and the Browns, just ahead on EA Sports.
It is a cold rain coming down. It could be a wet and wild one here by the lakeshore as we join you from Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake off performances. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. First play, Watson to the air. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the NFL's 3rd leading rusher last year, it's Nick Chubb. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on 1st down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Faking the give. Now Watson. Wide open. Amari Cooper. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for the Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffling. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Holding offense.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. That is incomplete. Charles already trailing that touchdown early. In this offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Taking on the midfield logo. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. And Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 5 catches, 67 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And Deshaun Watson, and when you think about the toughest quarterbacks in the league to game plan against, he's got to be in your top 5, does he not?
And when you talk about game planning, putting him in the top 5, that's an easy call. Because
looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. So here are the Browns to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Watson. This is the tight end, the Joker. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Well, look at this Baltimore defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They give him
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And running with power here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. But the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Now a first down throw, Watson. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. These two teams all tied after one. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood. For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Another run here with Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Ravens at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited. Not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 40 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Tucker now for the extra point. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. And now the Browns coming out on the field. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. So the pass goes out of bounds, but he was not outside of the tackle box when he threw that. He's got to be careful.
You and I both know if it's even close, they're going to give it to the quarterback. They don't want to throw that flag unnecessarily. So if you're just in the area, you're going to be okay.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now Watson. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is fielded at the 27. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. And I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
Right back to Dobbins on first. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now Jackson on first down. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And down inside the 15 he goes.
First down, Ravens.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. A dump off now to Hill. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Behind the chain, second and 13. Now it's Jackson. This will be caught at the 2. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Jackson will keep it. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
Tucker's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Dobbins trying the left side. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Jackson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can now afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. There'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Watson. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Now it's Watson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. J.K. Dobbins leading the way as the offense returns to the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals. Just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll set up to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes at that spot you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play that time for Cleveland. 48 yards. So how about this for field in position after the big play. Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A give running right is Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. Gold to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he returns this to the 22. And the football back over to Baltimore and J.K. Dobbins. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Dobbins running out of the gun. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
Second and 9. Now a handoff for Dobbins. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Omar.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. So now it's Watson and the Browns down by 9. 1:45 to play. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Connects with Peoples-Jones.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Watson to throw. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Watson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
That is caught. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And this one too low.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition. Work in the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Ball resting on the 20. This is 2nd and 10. To throw, Watson.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Here's Watson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Tucker with the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
This is 1st and 10.
Set.
Now Watson. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
One last throw here for Watson.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses.